What's up, guys? It's your girl Nancy Kaunda, and today we are at Sai Rock Beach, Mombasa, and I am honored to have an incredible innovator, and he's going to tell us his name and what he does, and we're going to pick up from there. How are you, sir?
I am all right.
I'd like the audience to know who you are and what you do.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Agan Oscar, and I am a serial entrepreneur with interest on waste management, touching on waste plastic, touching on biomass, touching on waste metal, touching on water, and public health related issues.
So you've talked about, using waste materials. So how did the idea come about from, when you decided, like, you know what, I'm going to use the waste materials to invent something?
Absolutely, Nancy. Yes, I am a prolific innovator. An innovator is one who turns around a challenge into an opportunity. And when you do that to serve the social community, then you become a social entrepreneur. Now, plastic is a menace. I've been researching on plastic for the last 20 years. I accidentally had an assignment 20 years ago where I was to establish how much garbage Nairobians drive into their dump site in Dandora. And out of that, a company came up. I decided to go into business because I saw that plastic is a menace and plastic is a challenge to the society. So I developed, it's a journey that has gone through from just a simple fencing post, innovation from plastic. It's now gone to waste to energy. In other words, I started with the plastic, developed a fencing post, then developed a roofing tile, which was very innovative. This roofing tile here is an innovation which is a mix of sand and plastic. And the basic idea here is to address the social housing challenge because the cost is low, housing is affordable, and it underscores the idea of housing Africa using their garbage. So we've now moved on from just fencing posts or roof, what you call the ordinary roofing tile. We are now on the building block, which is addressing the walling challenge. And we have also done something on the paving block, which is coming out as what we need to do green roads. Green roads is a concept where we use our garbage to do roads, and it's quite cost effective compared to what the government currently does. So as an innovator, I've addressed waste to housing. We are in waste also into energy, where we pick up what you call waste, biomass or agricultural waste that we convert into charcoal briquettes or industrial briquettes. Then we also use waste to do what you call the black soldier fly, which is a process where it's a biological process to convert food waste or animal waste into a food staple. Then other than that, we also do recycle waste into animal feeds using waste still. So waste to me is a resource, and it answers the issue of a circular economy that addresses the challenges that we face today. As a result, this generates further into providing green jobs that are to address the unemployment situation.
And what are the challenges that you have faced during this journey of, creating these inventions?
Yes, the challenges are numerous because like any other business, it's capital intensive. It's capital intensive because you got to raise quite a bit of some money, a lot of money actually, to do this. But you see, perhaps I have the advantage because I run a couple of engineering places. So I manufacture machines, I fabricate my own machines, and those are the machines that work for me. Now, in the process, that reduces my costs of investment because I don't have to go to a shop and buy a machine. I make my machines, and I have plastic machines, I have animal feed machines, I have biomass machines, I have engineering machines like the lathe, the plasma cutters, the milling machines. I can make any machine that I want, although I do not have any formal training in engineering, but engineering is a passion to me. And that's the reason why I link with a lot of engineers here to come and give them a talk on the reality of somebody who's not formally trained on in that skill and has come in to address challenges using their skill. That is what I'm trying to expose. That is what I do. And I have a positive impact because in every day, plastic alone, we recycle 50 tons every day. And biomass, we do about 20 tons a day. And then on the fertilizer, we do like 50 tons too daily. And that is quite a bit of some waste lifted from the landfill.
And during your talk at the conference, you spoke about wanting to make clothes out of, out of plastic, because you say that a lot of countries like China and Turkey, they are implementing that. So how are you going to go about it, that the whole process?
Yes, it's possible to. There is a waste plastic called PET. PET, a PET bottle, is the common bottle that is used to package drinks like soda, like juice, and they're thrown everywhere. So what we are doing is that currently I recycle between 10 and 15 tons every day into just what I call granules. But in future, we can turn them into apparel, and that is what is used in Asia, it's used in Malaysia, it's used in a bit of India, where you turn the PET into raw material that is later processed into affordable clothing. Most clothes, like if you go to Nairobi, somewhere called Garissa Lodge, and you touch your shirt, it's actually, there's a lot of plastic in that shirt. And that shirt is actually, that's why at some point in year 2000 and after year 2014, we were exporting PET massively to China. Now we want to bring that technology here locally, and that's going to save a lot of our foreign exchange. It's going to generate a lot of what you call technological transfer, and other than that, it's going to clothe us decently using our garbage. Yes.
And I can see here we have is it a brick?
It's a block.
A block,
Yes.
and it's also made of waste. So if I wanted to build a house, how am I going to use the blocks?
Very interesting, Nancy. What you do is you first put up a slab, or you don't have to dig a foundation. Just put up the 2x2 slabs to the size of the house you want. Then we come in with this block. This is the smaller one. There's a bigger one that is twice this. Then we come in with what you call the universal pillar. The universal pillar is placed every 3 feet, and there's one that runs around the perimeter of the slab that is screwed down on that slab. Then the slab is later interlocked with this, and you build your wall hanging on that slab as it interlocks on the universal pillar, and you end up doing the walling. Then after doing the walling, you can use either the solar, or you can use what you call the roofing tile to do the roof tile, which as shown in the video, we have done a few samples. You can do a 1-bedroom house in 1 day or 1.5 days. It saves you on labor, it saves you on time, and it's convenient. You don't have to hang in a friend's house to live for long as you await to go into your house. You can have your house in 1-2 days, and you have your house cost effectively, decently, and affordably.
And for the Mwananchi who is watching, they would like to know maybe like how much the tile the block can cost, because you the normal, like, building process, the cement, the everything, it's actually quite expensive, building a house. So maybe you can be able to tell us.
Yes, currently these were done as what you call prototypes. But when we roll them out, they are currently, we are putting up a line that should be able to produce adequate numbers that will give us what you call the economies of scale. The larger the numbers we churn out, the more cheaper it becomes because of the numbers or economies of scale. So we hope that the block, when we roll out commercially, should fetch between 50 and 60 shillings a block. And the saving is on the timing. Under the normal circumstances, the longer the construction period, the more the project. But here is a case where doing a bedroom house is moved from 2 months to 2 days. So that saves you massively in terms of what you call the labor costs. And in terms of what you're currently battling is how to commercialize this. The idea is good, but there is also the element or the pain that you incur when you want to invest, because it's a capital intensive business, I must say so, but it has rewards at the end of it, because once you start rolling out commercially, then it bears fruit. But our purpose of existence or our mission in business is to give Africans affordable housing that is decent. And that house, material from that house, is generated from their garbage. And that solves the social housing challenge.
Okay, you also talked about wanting to able to implement kuweka hiyo waste, the, how can I put it? You wanted it to be like a part of a cause. Yes. So what have you done, or what are you going to do to be able to ensure that the government can implement it?
Right, yes. Waste management as a career is not locally there. The local curriculums that we have just elements of waste management. They don't really teach waste management. They just touch on it. I am a chartered waste manager and a fellow at the Chartered Institute of Waste Management in Scotland. And I am a NEMA lead expert registered by the National Environment Management Authority. Other than that, I am a member and a fellow at the Environment Institute of Kenya, which is a professional body that regulates and touches on issues to do with the environment. As a university professor, my role that I'm trying to inculcate in the local curriculum, the local education sector, is to bring in waste management as a career, because waste is wealth. It answers the circular economy, what you call puzzle, which converts what had no value to what has value at some point. You are aware that housing is a big issue. In a year, I think we have a shortage of about 200,000 units a year. Now, even if we have to build houses, they're not affordable, because the building material that goes into the house is extremely expensive. So as an entrepreneur, once we roll out this affordable building, I'll also go into the business of ensuring that there are curriculums within the local training, TVETs, universities, to inculcate the subject of waste management professionally, where you can graduate with your diploma, you can graduate with your BSc and your MSc or PhD as a waste manager. And I believe that any governor coming into office today, waste is a real challenge. Any governor, any county on this African continent. But I think the challenge here lies with ignorance, because ignorance on how to convert waste to a commercial commodity is lacking. The likes of us who have that skill have a social responsibility to ensure that the young Kenyans or the young Africans can see waste valuably and attain the skills that can get them from the dump site into industries to create green jobs and into the social space to address the housing challenge. So the need to have waste management as a curriculum is late and should have been there as early as many years back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. As you've heard, guys, waste is wealth. So make sure you check us out on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, like, comments, and share. I was your host, Nancy Kaunda.